Howdy, howdy ladies and gentlemen, how is it going? How was your day? I am doing fine, thank you. Now, a couple of months back I saw a video from, well actually two videos, one from 6foot Hacks, one from Chisel9, and they were showing their top 10 Pokemon and I thought, wow, I gotta get in on this, looks like fun. And then I forgot, and then someone reminded me in the comment section of a video, so here I am. So, I kind of thought about this for a while, and it was hard to choose, but I figured I'd pick stuff based on, number one, their usefulness in actual competitive battles, number two, how good they look, or just generally what I like about them, so not a strict top 10, but I'm gonna start off with good old Frostlass. Everyone loves Frostlass. Not really, but Frostlass is actually being considered for OU at the moment, I think. Currently in UU, but the fact that it's so good at, like, setting up spikes and destiny bonding, ice beaming, all that kind of stuff, I'm not surprised it's been suspect tested, honestly, it's great. Love its design, love its typing, and it's kind of funny that this is like 3 or 4 tiers higher than Glalie, which has the same base stat total, but... Number 9. Number 9 is going to have to be Spiritomb. Spiritomb is definitely one of my favourites from the previous generation. I think it was Diamond and Pearl, yeah. Because it was really weird how you had to get this Pokemon, you had to go like underground and mine X amount of things, or... I remember spending ages getting it, but it's a great Pokemon, obviously no weaknesses, really cool design, and, you know, definitely useful in the RU tiers and UU maybe. Number 8 I wasn't sure about, but I figured gotta go with Galvantula, because despite the name I gave to the session with Chris, it does have some potential use. It's pretty damn good. Got decent speed, decent special attack. I love the typing, love the design, like, that thing looks... I mean, people criticize the designs of the newer Pokemon, but Galvantula, yeah, I really like it. Electric spider kind of thing, really looks pretty good, and the colours, all that kind of stuff. Look at those little bug eyes. I think they have the same on a couple of other Pokemon, which I'll show you in a sec. But number 7 has to be Milotic. Me and Milotic, we go way back. Me and Milotic and Pokemon Ruby, which was one of my favourites of the series, definitely. I remember spending like hours trying to find the goddamn Feebas, which is impossible to find. And it's basically like the elegant version of Gyarados, which in itself is a beast Pokemon. Got this thing to level 100 and it just carried my team all the way through the Pokemon League, honestly. Number 6 is going to have to be Sneasel. Sneasel is probably, I think it's the only one I've got here from Gen 2 specifically. And Gen 2 was actually my favourite generation, Pokemon Gold was great. But Sneasel I like because, 1, it's a cool design, 2, great typing, and 3, it's actually pretty useful in competitive battling too. You guys have probably seen me play it a couple of times in NU battles. And it's just overall a really cool Pokemon. Look at those claws, you don't want to mess with that thing. Number 5. 5 has to be the most pimp Pokemon, which is Honchkrow. Any Pokemon that has a pimp hat is automatically a cool Pokemon in my book. But not only does it look cool, has a great name, it is of course one of the best Pokemon in UU in my opinion. Amazing power, priority, decent-ish typing, the Moxie ability, it's just frail as hell, that's the main problem, but... Great Pokemon, definitely do love me a bit of Honchkrow. But number 4, getting close to that magical number 1, Venomoth. Venomoth I like because it was definitely one of the underappreciated Pokemon in Gen 1 in my opinion. Look, he's got the same kind of eyes as Galvantula. But it's got great typing, you know, Bug Poison, pretty good. Got the Quiver Dance, Baton Pass, Tinted Lens, Sleep Powder. What more could you want? It's one of the biggest threats in UU. And it just looks good, I mean, look at those colours, it's such a great design. Very basic, but pretty damn good in my opinion. Now 3, Blaziken, I had to put a starter in here somewhere. Blaziken I'm a big fan of because it was definitely my favourite starter out of all the generations. And it's the only starter to reach Uber, so you know it's a pretty damn good Pokemon thanks to, what, speed boost and whatnot. Also gets high jump kick, flare blitz, you know, what else, Brave Bird, all this kind of good stuff. And it just looks cool. It's like a crazy chicken with fire fists. You gotta love that, man. Now, number 2 is going to be Chandelure. Chandelure, the name pretty much caught me, you know, that's why I wanted to use it. Chandelure, it's brilliant, it's genius. Looks good, nice little weird pumpkin stitched lantern thing with flames coming out of it. Anyone who's played UU knows it's powerful as hell, really damn good, and you know, definitely a Pokemon you should try out if you are playing UU. But now, it is time to reveal the #1 spot. My favourite Pokemon of all time is... Can I get a drum roll? No, no, get out! Worthless Pokemon. The actual #1 is... Oh my god! The power! The beauty! Look at it! Absol in all its glory. Base 130 attack, the most powerful priority in the game, more powerful than Arceus's extreme speed. Love the design, love that it's some weird harbinger of apocalypse kind of thing, whatever that's supposed to be. I think it's pretty cool. It's got like a scythe thing on its head, you know, it just looks like a badass Pokemon in general. Absol has saved me many a time in many a battle, and I think it might be getting an evolution next generation, but we'll have to see about that. Definitely a great Pokemon I highly recommend using if you haven't already. So that's going to be it. That is my top 10 favourite Pokemon of all time up to Gen 5, of course, because Gen 6 isn't out yet. So what I'm going to do now is what the other two did, who I mentioned at the start of the video, which is essentially pass it on. I'm going to say, call out a few names and just ask these people to make a similar kind of video because I'm interested, you know, no pressure. The names I'm going to call out are Christovus, Xenon3120, Blame Truth, Congressional Wombat, and Magnitude. If you don't see them post a video within 2 weeks, spam them with messages, tell them to get their act together. But that is going to be it for me. Hope to see your responses soon, the guys who I called out there, but with that being said, I've been Pyrotoz, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.